Hello everyone. So here I am back with my second Procreate Dreams animation tutorial. And in this video today, I'm going to show you some advanced settings that you can make on your Procreate Dreams app and make your animations better. So again, today I have prepared my sketch on Procreate. I'm going to show you this. So this is the sketch I have prepared, and I will be animating some of these elements in Procreate Dreams. Now, when you are creating these kind of animations where you have multiple objects or multiple elements that you want to animate, make sure that while you're sketching it, you keep everything on a different layer and name them. So when you name them and when they are on different layer, it will be much easier for you to animate them and find these objects in Procreate Dreams. So here this is done. So let's go back to Procreate Dreams. Now here the very first thing that I want to tell you is when you come to this interface, you have it divided into two sections. So this is divided into two parts, as I said. This section is called as the theater, wherein you are going to save your movies. Whatever you're going to create, you are going to see them over here. They are saved here. You can share it from here, you can open it from here, and you can create more movies from here. And this section is where you can see the location of your saved movies. Like for me, I'm saving everything on my iPad. You have an option that you can click over here and save it to your iCloud drive. Now when we want to see the whole thing and we don't want to see the location, you see this top right button that says that's red right now. This is called as the side panel button. So when you click on it, that side panel will go away from the screen and all you can see is the theater and the movies that you're working on. And by now we understand these two options, which are very much same as Procreate. So when you click on select, you can select one or multiple of your movies and then you can place them in a folder. You can delete them, duplicate them, or just simply ignore it. Then we have this plus icon. We click on it and you have these default settings, default screen sizes which comes with Procreate Dreams. When you scroll this up and down, you're going to see all these options. Now, whichever option you choose to work upon, like I'm going to create a small animation which I'm going to use as a reel and a YouTube short. So I'll be going with this option here. And now for further more settings over here on this thing, we have this, okay, mostly all of you will see I have changed it. So when you open it on your screen, you will see a 4K option, which is a default setting for your Procreate Dreams. Now you can change this. Where is that? Okay, social. So you can change to any of these options. I like to work on 1080 and 1920 HD, so I'll be clicking on it so that it's easy for me to upload it on the social media platforms. Now this is one more thing that I wanted to show you. Also, the setting you can change while you're working on your project, not necessarily to be done before you start working on your project. Next is, here we have 3 dots. This also we might have checked. You can change the frame per second and you can change the duration over here, and if you don't like it, you can just reset it to default, which is 30 and 24. So I want it to be 10 seconds, so I'll keep it 10 over here. Now there are 2 options over here below, draw and empty. Basically it's going to take you to the same interface. The only thing is, if you click on draw, you're going to go to the draw and paint option directly, and you can start drawing something over here. And if you click on empty, you will go to the animation interface, and you can decide if you want to draw or you want to import your file and start working on it. So we will be going with this option here because I'm going to import my files from Procreate, and for doing so we just have to go back to Procreate. You have to click and hold the image that you want to import, go back to Procreate and just drop it over here. It's going to import by itself. Now here in the timeline zone, you will see there is one big rectangle which is running from 0 to 10 seconds because that is the time we set in the beginning. You can change that now also, and I'll show you how. But coming back to this, right, this is like a 3-finger swipe. You can zoom out and zoom in over here. You can expand this particular timeline to see it better. So it's just 3-finger swipe up and down, sideways, and you can just check out what all these gestures can do over here. Also now you will see that it is smaller. So what we're going to do is you're going to click on that image and just drag it, make it a little bigger, and it's going to fit. Because in Procreate also I use the same size, 1920 by 1080, so it will fit so nice and proper. Also I like to keep it little bigger than the canvas size, so that while I'm animating I will not get that white color frame around the animation. Now once that is done, let's come to this Dream 5. So Dream 5 is supposed to be the name of this project, which I'm going to change. Okay, for changing it you need to go back. You need to go back and long press it and rename it. I'm going to rename it as Boy in the Boat. Okay, so the name will be changed, and then when you open it you will see the same name over here. Okay, now as I clicked it before, you can click it, and as I told you that you can change the width and height from here. Also you can change the frame per second, you can change the duration and everything, and if you want you can give it your name as an author. So my name is over there. Alright, let's click on done. Okay, so the name will be changed, and then when you open it you will see the same name over here. Okay, now as I clicked it before, you can click it, and as I told you that you can change the width and height from here. Also you can change the frame per second, you can change the duration and everything, and if you want you can give it your name as an author. So my name is over there. Alright, let's click on done. Now, as I mentioned while we were looking at the artwork in Procreate, that we need to label our layers because it's going to be helpful over here in Procreate Dreams. So let's see that how we open the layers and convert that into tracks. So now here we have only one track and all our artwork is over here. Okay, I'll need my pencil now. So when you click on it, the whole thing is moving, right? Everything is on one track right now. And to convert it into multiple layers, we are going to click on this, and you're going to get this toolbar. You have a lot of options over here. You can rename your track also over here. You can highlight it with a particular color. So this option is again very useful in case you have a lot of tracks and you want to identify just by color it becomes so easy because you don't have to go and read these small labels that are assigned to the tracks. So highlighting them with the color makes it much easier to find. So we'll highlight one of the tracks and I'll show you. And same way, we have a mask over here. You can mask, or it's somewhat similar to what we have in Procreate. You mask the layer and work on that masked track. So that also we will see in maybe the next video, not today. And so we'll come to this point, convert layers to track. This is what we want to do right now. So we'll convert it. And now you will see that it reads as group. And when you open the group, you have all these layers and all the names are there as you labeled these layers in Procreate. So all the names are here. So it's very easy to. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to squeeze them a little bit and I'll show you I have these many layers. Oh, sorry, these many tracks. Procreate Dreams, they're called as tracks. Okay, so now if you want to color code one of the layer, what we're going to do is you're going to click any of these layers. For example, that's the dog and I want to color code it. So you're going to long press on it. Go to highlights and pick any of these color. Like let's say green. So it's going to be a green color layer. And when everything is small, see, you know that green color layer is the dog layer. So you can directly click on it and then start working on the animation. It's as simple as that. You don't have to open the layer and check. So that was the second setting that I wanted to show you. Color coding. It's very useful over here. Okay, so as we are on the dog layer, let's start with the animation of the dog layer. And that will lead me to this third setting that I wanted to show you. It's basically not a setting, but I think it's a function of Procreate Dreams that we can say, a function in an animation app. I think most of the animation apps have app or interface have this option because yes, that is something mandatory. Okay, I'll just show it to you and then you will understand it better. So here I want the tail of this dog to wiggle and I have already made that tail on a different layer, right? You will see a little selection, red color selection around it. Now, I want to wiggle this. That means we'll click over here and when you wiggle it, you will see that it is wiggling from top and from the bottom. And it feels as if the tail is getting detached from the body. And that's not a good animation. So what we're going to do is, this leads to my third setting that I wanted to show you. So click on it, click on these three dots, and we are going to edit the anchor. Now here we won't be able to see the anchor, but when you click on it and when you click on this curve over here, see there is a plus sign that appears on that particular element. That is the anchor and we want to adjust that. So click on these three dots. You're going to edit anchor and place that plus sign just at the end of the tail. So that becomes the center of rotation. Now, when we are going to click on done, right? Now let's see if we try to wiggle it, how it is going to work. Oh. For me, okay, see. So it's wiggling just the tip, not this part. So this is what we wanted to achieve here. So the third setting is editing the anchor. That's very helpful in creating animations. So let's record that wiggling of the tail. So we'll go to the perform button. This is my favorite tool. And it turns red and it says ready and that red dot starts blinking. Make sure this red button, I again forgot the name of this, action button is at the same place or at the beginning, or maybe from wherever you want the animation to start, it should be at that point. I'm keeping it at 0. And let's start the action, the wiggling action of the tail. I'm going to go all the way to the end of 10 seconds. And it is done. So let's play and check. That's a little wiggly tail. Okay, so this is done. Now next is same way I want. Oh, okay. Let's stop, undo. Three fingers, redo. Let's check. I kind of detached the tail. All right, so it's going good. So let's stop playing this. Let's go to the scarf. Now for the scarf also, I want the same thing. I want this to float with the air. It's not going to go up and down, but it's more or less going up and coming little down and then going up again. So we'll go to that layer, right? Let's go to that layer. Let's keep it at 0 because I want this to happen throughout the animation. We're going to again adjust the anchor for this. Place it here at the corner. Click on done. Click on perform. Go to any of these dots and let it like lie. Give that kind of movement as if it is going with the wind. Let's come out of this, otherwise it will keep on recording. And there we go. All right, that's looking good. So 2 animations done. 2 things are moving in this animation. Next is I want these birds to just wiggle a little bit up and down. So this is simple. We're just going to use the perform button and maybe under actions, let's try move and scale. Okay, it's on move and scale. Let's click on record, move and scale, and I want these birds to blink, right? So we can just the little movement for the birds. It's just staying at its position, not going far away. Sailing with the boat. If the boat is stationary, it will stay like that. Okay, done. Simple. This is what we did last time also in the very first video. So yeah, that's done. Next is, again, we'll be using the anchor. Should we use the anchor for this? Okay. Yes, for this big whale, I want to use the anchor again. Here is the layer. Right, so if you're going to, I want this to move a little up and it's going to have that water fountain coming from its head. That kind of animation. So if we're moving it, it's going like a seesaw, right? And I did not draw the bottom part or the fins of the fish, so it's not looking that good. So what I want is, I want the back to be stationary and I want the face to go a little up and down. That kind of movement I want to create. So it's simple. You have to go to edit anchor, place it to the end, click on done. You record this and just move it a little like that. Not much because it's not going to jump out. I think that is good. Just a very tiny little movement over here. Okay, now this next thing. Now this will take me to the next setting I wanted to show you. When we use this draw and paint tool. Now I want a water splash coming from its head top. So before that, I'm going to create a track above it, because this is how I do. Sometimes it is okay if you're drawing on the same track, but just to be sure about what I'm drawing, I'm going to draw that on a different track. So I created another track and then I'm going to draw and paint mode. Now here we do have some amazing brushes which come with Procreate Dreams. And if you want to find that, we will easily find that brush of our choice from here. But then I want to show you how you can import brushes from Procreate to Procreate Dreams. So what I'm going to do here is I'll tap on these three dots on my iPad and I'll have a split view. And for the second half of the screen, I want Procreate over here. And in Procreate, let's find the brush that I want to import. So for example, let's take this cartoon brush that I created into Procreate Dreams. So it's as simple as transferring your file. You're just going to click on it, drag and drop it, and it will say importing brush, and that is over. Let's come out of the split view mode. Wait, I'll just close this. Okay, so let's check. Open the brush one and see. When you scroll down, you will have a new brush set. It is called as imported, and when you click it, your brush is over there. So this is how you can easily transfer or import your brushes from Procreate to Procreate Dreams. Okay, so although I'm not going to use this brush, or should I use this brush? Let me just check. Okay, let's draw something over here. Brush size. Okay, I'm not going to use this brush, although I'll just use my favorite brush, Monoline from Calligraphy. This is what I'm going to use, or maybe chalk. Monoline is good. Okay, now that is one of the settings. Now I am left-handed. I don't want this bar over here. So I'm going to show you one more setting with which you can transfer, shift it from left-hand side to the right-hand side. So for doing so, we have to click on the name of the movie. You go all the way to preferences, and the very first option is brush size and opacity. Sidebar, yes. It says left over here. I'm going to click on it and click on right and click on done. So for me, the bar is on the right hand side. It's easy for me to create my artwork over here. Right? Okay. So now I want to go into flipbook mode. So this little line, you're just going to click on it and pull it down. You'll get your flip. This you can, easily rotate and place it anywhere, wherever you want to. I'll just keep it down. And let's adjust the size, I think, like this. And let's start drawing the water splash. This blue is good. Yes, it is good. Also, now there is no onion skin over here. How do I know where I need to draw? So for activating onion skin, you click on the timeline. You click on show onion skin, and then you will get the onion skin color. You can added onion skin, as in if you want to change the color, the frames, opacity, the forwarded color, right? So you can do all these settings over here. And then from here, like if you are actually creating an artwork over here and you want to add a background color, this is the option. You can click on it and choose a background color. Right now it is transparent because I have used a background that I created on Procreate. Okay. Okay. So one thing done. Let's move on to the next one. And let's just you just continue working on it and just create the effect that you want. I'm just doing this really rough so that I can just move ahead a little faster with this. And this could be as long as you want this to be, right? Okay, so I think I am happy with this, and I'm going to go out of flipbook mode. So you can just click over here and you can cross it. Now, let's come out of the draw and paint mode. Click on done. And yeah, see, we can still see the onion skin over here, right? So let's close it. So we're going to hide the onion skin and it is closed. Now we'll open the layer and let's see where these onion skin or the flipbook is created. So it's created just above the big whales layer over here. And when you expand it, like when you expand it with 3 fingers, okay, like this, right? You will see those frames that we created in the flipbook. They are individually placed over here. So what is the use of it is if you want to individually animate any of these, you can do that too. Now this leads to my next setting or next adjustment that you can do over here is work on individual frames like this. When you click on this, you're going to get all these beautiful, amazing options over here also, right? You can move each of these frames in a different manner. Although I don't want to do that, but yes, there is an option. Now let's play this. So for me, this is ending even before 1 second. I want this to go throughout the 10-second thing. So how do I do that? Should I keep on drawing this for 10 seconds? Or what is the next method to do that? So for that, we have this transform button over here. This is the timeline edit button. So yes, with this, you can edit all these tracks and the frames that you're creating. So you click on them and you just draw a line over here. They all will get selected. Now they all are selected. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to long press on it and I'm going to group them. So when you group them, they all appear as one single frame over here. You click on it and you can duplicate it. Now you have 2, right? You can actually select these 2, again group them. Now you have one big one. Then again duplicate it. Okay, now again select them and let's group them. So now it's like 3 seconds and I don't want this action to start at 0. I want it to start around, let's come out of this. So I'm just going to move it and place it around like 3 seconds. So once we are in 3 seconds inside the animation, this is going to start. And maybe I would want this to duplicate one more time. All right, so let's make it a little smaller. So it will end somewhere between 8 or 9 seconds, right? And that is how I want this to be seen in the final animation. Let's check it. I'm going to play it from here. So yeah, you will see that blue color water coming out. That's not very clear, but yes, you can make it better if you give it more time. So that is it. And then something which is more interesting over here is when you expand this thing, you created group inside the timeline inside a flipbook. So when you open this, see, you're going to get all these groups. And inside that group, there are another group. And then you have the final, that flipbook thing. So when you started grouping all of them, it saved so much of space over here and you don't have to scroll down a lot. Now, if you want to edit any one of these particular group, you can do that individually over here. And then again, go back to it and just close it. It's as simple as that. So that's a simple setting, understanding over here for making your animation better. And you can add so many movements and actions over here because of this option. Okay, so the whale and the water is done. Now I created a layer in front of the whale which I want to move because the whale is also moving and it looks as if everything is inside sand. Water needs to move a little bit. So I'm going to go to that layer which is in front of the wave layer over here. Now for the wave layer, I will be using the warp motion over here. So let's put it on transform and click on warp. Now here on warp also, like you get, this is the custom, you get 4 by 4. But if you want to change it, you can have more dots over here to animate, right? You can have more of these, even vertically also. I don't want vertically anything. I'm happy with 4. Maybe 6 is good. Okay, let's make it a little more wavy. Yeah, wave. So here that is the setting, and so I'll be animating 2 or 3 points over here. I want my action bar over here at 0, and let's move it, right? So I'm moving the wave, although it's the same color as that of the water, but in the final animation you will see this. Okay, so I want this to come back to the beginning, and I will start moving this dot like that. And then one more time, because let's move this point also. So 3 points for me, and that will make a good wave. Now when I'm making this, I feel I should have created one more wave for the boat also, for making it look more, interesting. But okay, for now this is good. Come out of the perform mode. When you will play, you will see the wave is moving with the fish. Very nice. Okay, I like it, I like it, I like it. Now, one last thing that I will animate here. Not last thing. I think I will animate these blue fishes also. They look so stationary. Where are the blue fish? Okay, here they are. Blue fishes. I'm just going to use the move and scale over here. And they're just going like this a little bit. Again, this tool, we all know it's very simple to use, and it is done. Okay, now for these fishes which are in a circle, I want them to go in a circle. So again, for animating these fishes, let's first find that flare. Okay, so here again, if I try to rotate them, not a very good action. Okay, it doesn't look clean, and something I don't want here. So again, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to adjust the anchor. Let's edit that. I'm going to place it in the center but bottom. Now this becomes the center, and so the fishes are going to get a big rotation over here. So let me just make it a little smaller here so that we can see the complete circle that these fishes are going to take. Let's click on ready. Let's click over here and let's record it like this, coming out, going down again, and coming out again, going back in. Okay, let's play and check. Going in, coming back. Okay, that is good, right? So nice, 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 nice. So this is my final animation. I don't see the blue fishes moving. Why is that so? Let's find that. What happened to the blue fishes? We have a rotation over here. Okay, let's record them one more time. Okay. Now the blue fishes are also moving. Okay, this is my final animation, you guys. Let's click with 4 fingers over here and let's see it full screen. Let's play. There, I can actually build a complete story based on this scene with this boy and its little buddy on a voyage. Okay, I'll try that maybe next time to create a story for this. But for now, the animation is done. And this actually brings me to the final setting that I wanted to show all of you. So while I was also scrolling YouTube, I came across this one major thing that most of the Procreate Dreams user were asking was their iPad Dream files and maybe the store. It's taking a lot of space on their iPad or iCloud storage. So I actually found one simple thing over here which could actually adjust the storage space, or it can give you more space over here. So I'll just show it to you. So that is, you click over here in and go to the settings, and we are already in preferences here. So when you look at this bottom last option, it says stored undo steps, and it says 50. Now when you click on this 50, you have a lot of options. Now what does the stored undo steps means? So it means by default, Procreate Dreams stores 50 undo steps. However, you can adjust the number of undo steps down to 10 and up to infinite to keep every change you have made. Now, I'll just show you. If you keep it at 10, it's fine. It will take less space. But if you will go anything above 50, let's say for 1000, it says storing many undo steps can result in very large files. So you cancel it and try to keep these steps, less. So let it be at its default set, which is 50. And if you have something above it, change it and try changing it to something lower than 50 to maybe 10 or maybe 20 and check if it is still taking more space on your device or not. So that was my setting that I wanted to show you. Now, as we come to an end to this, I wanted to tell you one more thing, that I am attaching, or I am actually providing you with the link for the Procreate Dreams Handbook, which I recently came across. And it was really useful for me to understand various things about Procreate Dreams. So you will find that link in the description over here. Click on it and just go through it. And a lot of things I believe will be clear for you. You might be having a lot of doubts and you will get your answers over there for sure. And to find that handbook, it was as simple as just go to Google and you just have to type over there like Procreate Dreams Handbook, and you will go to that page where you will see the handbook. It comes with all the introduction to your interface and gestures, keyframing and performing, draw and paint, tracks and contents, and movie settings. Everything is here and it is in detail. You just tap on it and you will get to know all the details about all what Procreate Dream has to offer. Everything is here. You just have to give it some time, read it once, maybe twice, and yes, it is going to help you a lot understanding the app that you're working on. So yes, you will find this link in the description that I'm going to provide, or you can just Google it out. It's available over there. So with this, we come to the end of this video. And I hope you enjoyed this also. If you did, do leave a comment. Do like and subscribe to my channel, because I'm going to create many more tutorials based on Procreate Dreams. It's, and if you are creating something and if my videos are of any help to you, do let me know. It really motivates me to create more content over here. So with this, I'll take your leave and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you and bye-bye.